there's one with a lady now, because they first started just to certain medical records and stuff like that. But now this chip can inquire everything about you. They can put everything about your entire life, family members, children, about you. They can, now this lady went to a Minute Mart and said, she had a chip, and she says, I wonder if it's going to work. And she put it over that glass that reads the groceries, and she put that chip there, her hand over it, and she was able to purchase her groceries. So we might say in the modern thing, saying, oh, wow, how neat, how cool. I don't have to pull out my ATM card to open or to purchase my groceries, or we may think it's cool, but the thing is that we've been talking about this for a long time. The church has been talking about this technology even before we knew how technology would evolve. We've been talking, my older brother that had been preaching about the coming of the Lord and the prophecy and tribulation and the mark of the beast. He'd been preaching it since I was about 10 years old, that I can remember. My father was preaching it way back further than that. And preachers that have been around for 200, 300, 400, 500 years since the days of the early church in the book of Acts, that Paul started talking about it in 1 Corinthians. Talking about that this coming of the Lord. John the Revelator on the island of Patmos, where he was exiled on an island because they tried to kill him. They tried to boil him in hot oil. He didn't die. So they put him on an island because he wouldn't die. But it was dedicated by God. We got that ready? All right. Let me see this real quick. Go ahead.
Hello. Good, you okay?
Yeah, not bad. 77.3 pence, yeah?
Yes, that's right, yes. Okay. Doesn't work? All right, there we go.
How do you do it?
Magic.
Huh?
Magic.
Oh, magic.
Did you see that look on that man's face? Like, what are you doing? Why you got your hand on that instead of your card? But he was waiting for that thing to pick up the chip. You see, when that chip first came out years ago, it's been out a long time. They said that they would never use it for financial things. And that they would never use it to track you. But that's exactly what they're using it for. Imagine what that man said about your employer. Right now, I have a vehicle that's got a tracker on it. Everywhere I go, they know exactly where I'm at in real time. I can't take that vehicle of the company or use it for personal time because the company will know about it the moment I turn the vehicle on. Well, can you imagine if your employer requires that chip and they give you that chip, then you think the employer is going to turn it off when you're off at 5 o'clock? No, that thing is radiating and it's pulsating a signal 24 hours a day. Your employer will know where you're at all times, even when you're off. And if there's medical files on there, they'll know your whole medical history, your driving record, your children. Everything about you could be on a chip. Where are we heading? Why am I bringing this up? Are you ready? Because there's church folks that are not ready. All they have is a form of religion. They'll go to Sunday after Sunday, but they're not ready. They don't have an intimate relationship with God. All they have is a formality. They have what the scripture says. They have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. That's right, yeah, that's right. And my concern is, as a pastor, as a man of God, that I want to preach the Bible from cover to cover and leave nothing out. I need you to understand, because I desire you to be ready for the coming of the Lord. There are two comings. One is called the rapture, and people try to ridicule it and say, well, the word rapture is not in the Bible, Pastor. Of course not. But the meaning in the Greek translation meaning is, it's called cut up.